deceived.
We are being corrupted.
We are being infiltrated. We are being made ill.
We are deprived. We are malnourished.
But now is our time.
Free yourself of these shackles of bondage.
Open your eyes and restore your original, unconditioned, and unlimited power.
The Syncretism Academy is based on direct knowledge as opposed to indoctrination. We have revived this academy, the first of its kind in 1500 years since Emperor Justinian closed the Neoplatonic academies by edict in 527 AD. The Neoplatonists of ancient times brought together and syncretized all fields of human knowledge, including health, philosophy, cosmology, and spiritual sciences for the purpose of human ascension, evolution, optimization, and to divinize humanity. This knowledge has been oppressed and persecuted right under our noses. So in this war for veracity, we have resurrected the ancient teachings to enable us to remember these truths. The Syncretism Academy will enable you to reassemble the teachings that have been withheld from us and allow us to unite them to make one cohesive field of knowledge.
In the Academy, we fully understand that without body, there is no mind. That being said, it is crucial we utilize an extensive healing protocol, allowing the body to merge with mind. This provided allows the ability of ascension. Proper physical education is absolutely necessary and crucial for this development, meaning proper nutrition and physical exercise is mandatory. Our private mentors, physical trainers, and chefs give you all the tools you need to properly merge body and mind through the teachings of syncretism. When you heal the body, you heal the mind, giving you the connection to the spiritual realm, allowing you to start your ascension and regain your unconditioned godship. Paradise belongs here on earth. Now is the time to take it back. Join us. Join the Syncretism Society and allow yourself to become who you really are. Health in mind, body, and spirit.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to the Syncretism Society podcast número 2, round 2.
Yes.
I'm excited. I don't know why I'm so excited. I had such a hectic day today. A lot of sweating, 95-degree weather, but still excited. We have a nice crowd here.
Yep. Nice audience. It was
Angels.
angels. Yep. Smiling.
And gods. One god.
Many goddesses
Many goddesses. Yes.
of all sizes and shapes. Ages.
Yes. The smartest one in the room is just in that left corner reading a book called Power Up. What's that book all about? Okay. We'll talk about it later. Yes, all smiles. All smiles, guys. Everything is wonderful. Life is good. Even though they're trying to tell you that everything's going to hell and the world is ending almost. Mass murder in the streets, right? The last article in the last podcast, they said people are going crazy. Everybody's killing everybody.
Yeah.
People are dying all over the world. Crisis actors, guys. 2 words. Crisis actors. It's all nonsense. Don't fall for it. Everything is fine. Everything's going to be great. Just smile.
Yep. The whole world's a stage, and resets have been happening constantly. Every decade there's been resets. So don't panic. We've been through here before and we've survived it. That's why we're here now.
For sure. So a lot of people have been emailing us, messaging us, DMing, they all have the same type of questions. So what we did was we bundled them all up, and we figured we go over some of them. What do you say?
Yep.
All right. I have some really juicy ones. Ryan really put a good bunch of them together today. And let's start with the heavy hitters. You ready? How is it that the elite poison the air with chemtrails without getting the effects themselves? Beautiful.
Well, supposedly they have the remedies. There's a remedy for everything. You can't, according to their laws anyway, you can't create a situation that doesn't have a remedy, even in court. Every single situation has a remedy. You just have to know the remedy. So it is illegal in the universe to constrain people by force, under duress. It's all about consent and contract. Consent and contract. So if they are chemtrailing the whole world, then they will also be receiving some of those nanoparticles and some of the toxins. So they will have a remedy.
And plus, I don't think a lot of them are human anyway.
No, it won't affect them the same way as it affects us.
No, definitely. Yeah, that answers that for sure. I'm having a hard time understanding reincarnation. Are we always going to make mistakes and cycle back to make the same mistakes? Or are we doomed to suffer in physical life due to our mistakes in the past life? Great question.
Yeah, so it's about ascending and descending, folks. If you're not making progress, well, you'll just be looping. Yes, you will be looping. And but if you are ascending, you will escape certain conditions and limitations and find yourself in a better place to live. All scriptures speak about this, especially the Indian scriptures. They are very, very clear about this. So you can make an ascension direct to Vrindavan in one lifetime if you're devoted enough. Devotion, diligence, and discipline are the keys.
You know, I want to make it clear for people so they also understand, and I know Santos agrees as well. People think that you're not supposed to suffer, and everything's supposed to be just chocolate and rainbows all day long, and that's not the case. I think you're put on this plane to have a legitimate experience, and to experience the good just as well as to experience the bad and the good evenly. I think that without the negativity, without all the injustice, without the pain, without the stress, what kind of life would it be? I really do think to understand what it really is to ascend, to what it really is to love, you first need to understand what it is to hate. I think that's very important. And people who are going through things, don't be discouraged. There's years of this sometimes. Years and years and years and years. You're going through something. There's a problem in your life that you think you can't fix, but it's part of the journey. And don't worry, at the end, it will always work out. Worst comes to worst, you come back and do it again. People are so scared of death.
Yeah.
They're just scared to go.
Yep.
I mean, at one point, I think I was too. I think everybody was, right? But some people are still. But I think there comes a time in every person's life where you learn how to let that fear go. When you fully understand that it's just an experience. We were put here to experience. Our souls have been brought here, and our bodies are just these rentals, temporary rentals. We got to give them back at the end of the day. From the ground we came, to the ground we shall go. Mm-hmm. So don't be discouraged if you're having problems. It's part of life. Just smile as you go.
Yeah, when you overcome problems, the joy that you receive after overcoming those obstacles is Oh, it's immeasurable and well worth going through the trial.
Oh,
So
for sure.
it's all about how you look at a problem, you know.
Definitely.
If you make a mountain out of an anthill, then then you will just compound the problem.
Yeah.
But if
Most
you,
definitely.
yeah, just treat it as a challenge, as not as a problem, and then the joys will be incredible.
For sure. Hands down. Don't worry, guys. Everything will work out at the end. Also, I just wanted to tell our audience, if you're watching this on Mr. Astrotheology, we've already posted this. You're probably a day late because this is already up on Syncretism Society, Syncretism Society's YouTube channel. So if you want to watch this every week as we put it out, go ahead and sub to the Syncretism Society YouTube channel. And I mean, you have hundreds of thousands, 200,000 plus followers on your channel. And Syncretism Society only has, what, 3,500? So
That's right,
Yeah.
guys. So if half of the 200,000 odd subscribers of Mr. Astrotheology subbed with syncretismsociety.com, we'd have 100,000 there. And
Yeah.
we're going to be doing all our podcasts directly to Syncretism Society, not Mr. Astrotheology. All the podcasts will be over there. So you're going to have to shift over anyway if you want to hear all the news weekly on how we're going with the academy, and we are going along nicely.
oh God, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Everything's falling into place the way it's supposed to, really.
everything.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much for your wonderful donations. We're so grateful. Thank you. Look, this is what you guys provided. The GoFundMe, the link is in the description, guys. Continue to support. You don't know how much you actually have done for us. Everything that you're seeing right here and in behind the scenes has all been paid by you guys. And without you, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing now. So once again, from the bottom of our hearts and everybody in the academy and everybody in the society, we just want to really thank you guys for it.
Yeah. It's been very, very encouraging, and it helps us to get, well, good equipment for a start and good people, and the people are turning up. Every day there's someone knocking on my door, and that's literal.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's literally every day.
And they're coming to be a part of this. So it's good.
Join us. Come be a part of it as well.
Yeah, you can
Our
just
doors are open.
rock up any time. Every day we've got 9 o'clock sun worship, what I call sun worship, where we do an hour and a half of yoga, swimming and walking. And then every Sunday, of course, as you've seen on the lives on Instagram, we have the Temazcal.
Yes.
And last week we had about 12 people. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we could already get you started on the fasting protocols. We could do the fasting retreats. You'll have support. We have physical trainers here on standby. Accommodations will be given to you. Everything is, the academy is basically ready. We just don't have the application on the website yet. The website's going to be ready in the next 3 to 4 days, and we'll have that application for them to be able to join. But if you guys want to just jump ahead of that and just come right now, you could DM us, and Anne-Marie will be more than happy to respond to you and give you all the prices. And you guys could get down here. We'll accommodate you. Private chefs, private physical trainers, masseuses, fasting protocols, Ormus, Darsenval coil coming next week already, ozone generator. Everything is here. Everything is here. The retreats that we have, the temazcals. You're going to be going to the Mayan ruins. You're going to be snorkeling, scuba diving, if you please, calisthenics. There's just so much breath work, neurohacking. Guys, it just goes on, but everything is going to be on the website. You're going to be able to see everything that we're offering on the website in the coming days.
Yeah.
Very good. You want to move on to some more questions?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. All right, let me pick a good one. Oh, this is a good one. How do I sign up to be a distributor for LifeWave?
Well, there's a link on my Miss UniversalTruthSchool.com website. I think from there you can learn how.
You could do syncretismsociety@gmail.com. If you email us, Anne-Marie and Ryan will be able to respond to you, and they will literally walk you through the whole process. We'll get you on the phone with the Lifeway distributors, the big boys, the big shots, and they will get on a one-on-one call with you. Zoom, right? You guys use Zoom, and we have Robin and Lette and Marie, if I'm not mistaken, that will literally walk you through everything you need to do to sign up. It's super special because you're actually healing people and you're making money.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other job that does that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
First time I tried it was about a year and a half ago in Miami.
How long were you on them?
Someone gave me a pack.
Yeah. So you weren't really, it wasn't like it was now with Peter around explaining everything with Lynette and Kai. You really didn't understand what was going on, right? The technology behind it.
Very little. Just
little.
enough to appreciate that I liked it.
Yeah.
It would work. So I put them on. I put the patches on.
Yeah.
And felt the difference.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, some people feel them instantly. We have a whole chat group with all Lifeway success stories, and obviously when you become a distributor, you're able to get into contact with all the distributors. You know, I want to just quickly, if we can, let's talk about the 4 main patches, because we're going to do a bunch of videos anyway on it in the coming days. But the X39 is the stem cell activation.
Yep.
The glutathione patch is obvious. It raises your glutathione levels by 300%. The Eon patch, which is an anti-inflammatory. And then we have the energy enhancers. So the Eon and the energy enhancers, my favorite ones. Those are the ones me and Santos, we could actually feel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Glutathione, you feel.
Oh, the glutathione too.
But in a negative way.
Yeah, you feel it in a negative way. Because the first 3-4 days, you're literally detoxing. And your mouth goes dry, and you just feel like you need to. And by the way, you have to be really, Anne-Marie, hydrated, right? You got to be fully hydrated. I'm talking to our beautiful administrators back there. You have to be fully hydrated, and it works better that way. But yes, we could get you fully integrated with LifeWave. All right. Santos, I heard you speak briefly about the significance of making the sign of the cross with your hands over your body. Would you elaborate on the meaning of this ritual?
So your body is in the shape of a T, which is a torus field. That's why it's called a torso, because it's a torus field. So when you, with your right hand, you touch your head, that's the Father, Aries, the cerebrum. The Sun is Leo, the Son of God. And then the Holy Spirit is Gemini, the 2 shoulders. So you're actually, what you're doing is you're bringing those 4 corners, those 4 elements together, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And you are protecting yourself, creating like a force field around your body. You must protect your magnetic constitution, your magnetic force field around your body. This is why some days you can get moody, you can get depressed, you can get unhappy. People can trigger you just like that. You can be distracted. By being in charge, by being in control and doing just a simple ritual by doing the Holy Cross, you're actually unifying all your energies, all your 4 elements. You're taking the initiative to set yourself up for a good day. There's magic to it, but it's white magic. Once upon a time, we knew all the magic secrets, all the magic tricks to longevity and how to fly, how to teleport, how to have visions and dreams and lucid dreams. These days, we are a fraction of what we used to be. But
yes, people are confusing it with it's a Catholic or a Protestant ritual or a Jehovah's Witness type of ritual. They think that to have the symbol of the cross across yourself, right, is something that has to do with being part of a specific religion.
No.
Yeah.
The churches, all they have done is appropriated themselves of these rituals, the buildings, the infrastructure that's been there forever,
Yeah.
and misused them.
Exactly.
It's like a knife. You know, knives have always been around. Some people use them to kill people, other people use them to feed people. So just because the Pope does the cross, it doesn't mean that he owns it, he invented it, or you can't use it. Folks, just remember that all symbols, all magic, all things belong to the universal creator, and you can appropriate yourself of them and use them correctly.
For sure. For sure. Did you see the London protest?
Yeah.
The other day? Did you guys see that protest? Did you see the aerial view? So they said 300,000 people, and Joshua was there also. Joshua is our media manager. He's coming back in a few weeks, but he was there with his drone, flying it around. And it's literally, the protest is against basically against the lockdowns. And I couldn't believe but 300,000 is a lie. The newspapers and the news channels were promoting 300,000, but it was in the millions. It was in the millions. Let's take a look.
So that's London, folks. That's where it needs to happen.
Next, New York City, baby.
Yep.
That's where I want it to be next. Because when it gets to a big city like NYC, that's when that snowball effect really starts around. And cities like LA also, but it needs to be in the United States.
Yes.
You know, it needs to start. It's great to see him in London, and it would be great to see him in Sydney and Melbourne and, Vienna and Paris. I would love all that, but it really needs to start in the United States, because I think that, I just don't know why, but I think that that's when we'll see the ball rolling for real.
Remember Thomas Paine in 1776 with 500,000 copies of his booklet, Common Sense, I think it was, that one or the other one, 500,000 copies, was able to get enough patriots to get out and win.
Wow.
They won the war. Thomas Paine, Patrick Henry, all of these heroes, they still live in the mountains there in the Americas. America's where it needs to be, yes. But London, that's a great start.
Oh yeah. I'm just surprised there's so many woke people in the UK. I didn't know there were so many.
Yeah.
I really didn't. And Joshua, who is an Englishman himself, he says he had no idea there's so many woke people in the UK.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. I'm so glad to see him. And but he did say some of them don't even know why they're even out there. They're just joining the crowd. But that's okay. That's okay, because they'll catch the drift. They'll catch the drift. Yeah. People could feel inherently something is wrong. We're obviously being manipulated. We're being lied to, and we're being deceived. It's obvious. There wasn't one person out there with a mask. Not one. Not a single human. And everybody's fine. There's no complaints of COVID spreading around. I can't even say that word, right? We came to a time and a place where you can't even say specific words anymore. They'll take you down.
Yep.
Can't even say COVID. You can't say the word COVID. But we don't care.
It's the Inquisition, folks. I've always been saying everything is fundamentally ecclesiastical. Everything. Every single operating system starts at the ecclesiastical level, because this is where demonic power gets a foothold in society through the priests. Not the money guys, not the politicians. No one has more power than the priest. So the whole Vatican system with the papal bulls and congressional bills, which are the same thing, and the bi-bull, which means two papal bulls, by bull, hence the two testaments, right? What's a testament? It's a bull. It's a papal bull. So everything runs ecclesiastically, and then there's a commercial layer, then there's military, then there's all of these other layers. But to get to the bottom of that, when you know who you are, and you'll find underlying and underpinning everything, all the laws, whether it's contract, equity, trust law, mercantile, admiralty, maritime, sovereign, common law, it doesn't matter. Everything, if you understand it as ecclesiastical, and those guys who are actors, judges, clerics, well, there's a word right there, a clerk and a cleric. They're not hiding it. Officers, and office is a religious inquisitional title. So, and a person, you go in as a person, well, that's a parson. A parson is a member of, an official member of a church. So you'll see that the courtroom has a Bible in it as well. Everything is ecclesiastical. Once you bust that code, and we will be at our academy, rest assured that all the harm that Justinian did 1,500 years ago will be reversed with our academy, and especially in 3 areas. Those 3 areas, you are going to learn how to be a sovereign when you come to our academy. And these are the 3 things that you will learn to do. You will, first of all, you'll have to look at...
this is Nazariah, right, providing these classes. Yeah.
Yep. One of our sisters from the United States will be here teaching everybody and helping everyone to become a sovereign should they wish to be a sovereign on the land and really self-determined and free. And one thing is to change your status on your passport, to make a foundation or a church and a land patent. That's it. 3 things.
Simple.
Within a day or a few hours, you can change your status from a slave, a citizen, to a national. Yeah,
because as of now, we're lost at sea, and our souls are in the Vatican, apparently. You know,
that's just one of the things that the academy will be offering folks. Not just real health and, I'll say the word, healing, because when you say that word, you can end up in jail, and
or cure.
Or cure. Yeah. Not only will that be happening, but on the sovereignty level and on the spiritual level, on every level, physical, health-wise, mental, emotional.
For sure.
We have all the answers.
Definitely. All right. Big question. We answered this in different forms before, but let's get it out there on the podcast. Can you give some advice for breaking bad habits of seed squandering, so ejaculating? How do you stop yourself from ejaculating? This goes for men and for women, obviously.
So I would probably study as much as you can on the net that's reliable on White Tantra, but I would just practice breathing. It's all about breathing, and have the intent to switch over from Black Tantra to White Tantra. You might have to go through a period of grey Tantra.
You yourself went through 5 years of that, right?
Yep.
Through grey tantric sex before moving into the White Tantra. It's not easy. It's not easy.
It takes a long time. But what I found was every time I practiced grey Tantra, I suffered the consequences.
Really?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Oh really?
Oh
wow.
yeah, I'd be tired for days. I'd feel depleted. Huh? Grey Tantra is when you occasionally ejaculate. So with White Tantra, we teach how to implode your orgasm. So men will be having what women call multiple orgasms. Or
Yes, boys, we can do it too.
Yes. You can actually learn how to park that energy at the bottom of your spine, at the lower chakras. You can park that orgasm and just leave it there and build it up slowly and bring it up through your chakras up till it gets to your crown chakra, and you can have an orgasm up to hours if you want to. You know, it's all about your control and your mastery.
Sure.
If you want to be a master and not be incontinent and incompetent, I use the word incontinent because, like an old geriatric cannot hold their urine and their feces because their muscles are so weak.
Yeah.
This is why young men ejaculate. It's because they haven't been able to strengthen those muscles.
Yeah.
So when you learn how to breathe and use those muscles, you can have the best pure sex that you can ever imagine. You know, you don't have to pat yourself on the back with a 3-second fleeting ejaculation where you squander all the materials which are there to nourish your nervous system.
Oh, yeah.
Manly P. Hall explained it very well when he said that our purpose here mainly has to do with developing and evolving our nervous system. We have 7 chakras, animals have 5. That's the difference. Animals are horizontal, we are vertical, hence we are climbing upward of Jacob's ladder. Every time we expand our consciousness, we also go upward in consciousness. So sex is one of it is the greatest way of ascension because you can actually manipulate that Kundalini energy. You can either park it and hold it and control it, or you can bring it up and control it. Some people find that when they start bringing it up, it gets dangerous.
Why is that?
Well, because then it comes on really strong.
But isn't that good in the end of everything? Isn't that the whole point? You want it to go all the way up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, people don't understand that it's a vital life force. And every time you ejaculate, you're literally sucking this life force out of you. You're depleting your body of this vital life force. That's what it is.
You're emptying out your brain and you're dying. George Carey explained it very succinctly in his book that death comes as a result of ejaculation.
Wow.
The elixir of life,
Insane.
The secret is to send young boys to seminaries.
There you go.
Right? Why would you send them to a place where you learn about semen at a seminary? To become a priest. Why do you want to be a priest? Because a priest is a master of his vehicle. And if one is incontinent and loses and squanders all their oils, they will not have a lamp. They will not have charisma.
Beautiful.
Another word for these oils is chrism, and that is the same root as charisma. And you can see that people who ejaculate a lot, pimps, prostitutes, those kind of people, you know, party animals, one-night standers, you can see that they do not have any charisma. Any charisma they have is false. You know, they've got these one-liners and they may be able to pull off a smile and be seductive and prey on women and have success, but they don't have any genuine charisma.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. All right. Yeah, and you know, there's even a method for men if you actually can't. I can't speak for women. I just don't know physically, right? But for men, there's a physical way you could prevent yourself from ejaculating when you have that that physical release almost, when you have that spasm. And in the academy, we will teach you that as well. If you can't hold it in about your 2 fingers, pressing between. What is that area called, by the way? Between
the perineum. And the testes.
Yeah.
But there's also a spot above.
Is there?
That you can press, yes.
I didn't know about that.
It's just a very, very
above where?
The penis, just above.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right
Oh,
at
wow.
the where it connects to the torso. So it's just like the esophagus. It's a very soft tube, and all you need to do if you don't have the mastery with your breath, all you need to do is you just need to just
Clinch.
like a hose. You know,
Yeah. Boom.
you're watering, and then you just close off the hose, right?
Yeah.
If you have to resort to that, which I did initially, well then go ahead and do so, but eventually you will learn with your own breath. It's only very, very subtle. Just think of when you're in the lines at the toilet and there's 10 people in front of you, right? You're not going to wear your pants, right? Why? Well, because you're squeezing certain muscles, right? And you'll find that the more you wait, the more you have to squeeze those muscles. Well, those are the same muscles. Those are the same muscles that will make competent men, that will make dragon slayers. That's why Saint Michael and Saint George are slaying the dragon. The dragon is the Kundalini. The Kundalini is your friend and your enemy. The Kundabuffer and the Kundalini, the two serpents, the Ida and the Pingala, that are coiled at the bottom of your spinal column. So during sex, you're actually unwinding that spring. And if you let it go too quickly, well then you'll have an explosion.
No.
And you don't want any explosion. Explosions are bad. Implosions are good. So what you'll be doing is you'll be imploding that, and you'll be recycling that magnesium, potassium, sulfur, manganese, and all of its beautiful elements, which will actually nourish your nervous system. And ultimately you will generate a 13th cranial nerve, and that's called the Christ nerve. So at the moment we all have 12 cranial nerves, and the idea is 12 years of white tantra, pure white tantra. I believe it's must be with one partner, and at the end of that 12 years you will generate a 13th cranial nerve, and then you will be immortal, you will be unlimited in your powers. So it's all about worthiness, folks. As I've always been saying, you will restore all of your powers according to your worthiness. If you are, the scriptures say, if you are unworthy in little things, like dropping a little bit of litter here and there out of your window and things like that, you will be unworthy in great things. He that is unworthy in little is unworthy in what is great. So if you want all your power and you feel powerless and you feel desperate and you want to break free from all of that, it's all about being competent and being worthy.
For sure, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said. All right. Another big question that I get all the time. We get bombarded with this, and it's, can you share your protocols for getting rid of parasites?
Yeah, you can send me an email. I will share with you. I was going to do that just before, actually. I've got the protocol and all the quantities.
There's so many different methods. So in regards to pharmaceuticals, this is the only time I would say you can use pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals like praziquantel, valbazin, ivermectin.
Number one, fenbenzidol.
Fenbenzidol, right? And guys, it works. It for sure works. It puts a strain on the body, on the rest of the body, but these parasites, they really take a lot out of you. And on top of everything, everybody has them. Everybody has parasites. Tapeworms, roundworms, everybody has them. It just depends on the degrees. But everybody has a bunch in them, and you need to cleanse them out, just like you do for cattle, just like you deworm your animals or your dogs, right? Your cats. You need to deworm yourself 2 times a year. This is mandatory, and we teach you how to do this in the academy. Santos will be more than happy to send you the protocols we have now. In the virtual academy, you'll be able to get all this information as well. If you can't acquire some of these pharmaceuticals, we'll be able to ship them out from Mexico. They're so much cheaper. We'll do it for absolutely free. Just pay for the pharmaceuticals and the shipping, and we'll ship them out to you guys, no cost. No cost on top, I mean. So yes, we have all that information, and especially people don't know about is these bastards, they poop in you. This is how you get autoimmune diseases. People don't know what's going on with them, and they get first dibs on anything you eat. The first nourishment that comes into the body, they take, and then they poop in you. So imagine this: parasitic fecal matter in your small and large intestine all over, setting off autoimmune reactions. That's why people's immunoglobulin are through the roof. People don't know why they have so many of these autoimmune issues. Parasites are a big deal. I'll go into just a little more detail than I probably should, but when I purchased my first, I gotta share this company.
Yeah, this is good.
Promo Life, guys, you should look them up. These are ozone generators. They're not cheap. They're in the thousands of dollars, but they're well worth it. And what they produce is an ozone gas. And you literally take that gas through a little tube in this pouch, and you push this ozonated gas into your rectum. It's called rectal insufflation. And I did this for about 45 days. And you have to hold it in like you hold in an enema, right? Without wanting to release. It's the same way. And the ozone gas kills them off. And this is only in your large intestine. It actually, you could push them enough for your, so it goes up your descending, down your transverse, and down your ascending colon, all the way to your heliocecal valve. So you literally feel this gas in your whole large intestine, and you feel them burning away. And when I tell you they came out this big, this is the way they came out.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
I can only imagine people who are like, like not eating right. And this came out of me, somebody who exercised, somebody who thinks he takes care of himself. Apparently, I didn't take care of myself enough. But it's not about taking care of yourself. There's nothing you can do. They're going to get in you. You have to get, and these parasites, I really do think they're from a demonic origin.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are demons.
Yeah.
It is demonic.
They were put here.
They've been weaponized.
Yeah, weaponized, for sure.
The elite have been creating them and putting them in vaccines. All vaccines have parasites in them, little spiders. They're called mites.
Yeah. Ácaros in Spanish.
Ácaros, yeah. All vaccines have been weaponized. That's how we got them in the first place. I remember, I remember the effects of a vaccine once. I was burping for weeks after I had this vaccine when I was a little boy.
Little kid?
Yep, burping, just always burping. It just ruined bacteria in my gut.
Yeah.
And so ever since then I had what's called irritable bowel syndrome.
IBS, yeah.
And then chronic fatigue syndrome. So all these people who get so tired, chronic fatigue syndrome, they call them, the doctors, they don't want to tell you that you've got a disease and that you've got parasites. That's the last thing they want to tell you, because they need parasites. They need everyone to be parasite.
Why? Because they want you to come back. It's a business. Right? Like your grandfather said. Was it your grandfather?
That's my grandfather.
Yes. That's what he said. He's like, if a doctor cures you or gives you something to cure yourself, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. Why would he do that? He's just killing his business. They need you to come back. So, yeah, my infectious disease doctor in NYU, right? This guy's top notch. I mean, really well trained. I'm talking, he knows a lot. He said, I deworm myself twice a year. It's mandatory. It's obligatory. To be healthy, you need a deworm. So, and there's other things you can take. You don't have to only take pharmaceuticals. There's other things you can take, and we have all that for you guys, as well as the ozone generator that I'm talking about. The Academy has all of this. You'll be able to come here, and we can give you these rectal. We'll teach you how to do them, and you'll be able to do these rectal insufflations in the Academy.
We have got every angle covered. Coffee enemas, the ozone.
Yeah.
We've got
Darsenval coil kills parasites.
The Darsenval and the Tesla coils. We have essential oils.
Yes.
There are some oils that you put in the pre-coffee enema because I always do a pre-coffee enema. I always do 2 litres of warm water, and I put in some, a couple of drops of oregano.
Which is very smart, by the way.
Some frankincense. I'll put some peppermint in there sometimes. I'll put tea tree oil in. I'll put a little bit of bicarb soda. Sometimes you can put some borax in your pre-coffee enema. But you get it all ready, okay? So your first enema just washes out everything that's hanging around. Then the coffee enema, especially if it's white coffee, not
Well, that's the only
roasted.
one, right? From
Yep.
what I understand, it's only white. Yeah.
You use the white coffee.
Don't do it at night. You'll be jacked up like this. You won't be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, best thing you do in the morning.
Yeah.
And we'll be having these protocols, guys, at the academy and more. That's just to mention a few. We're going to be getting the parasites from every angle, including 16 hours of daily dry fasting. And for those who come for 6-month retreats or 3-month retreats, there'll be 10-day fasts. And you'll be looked after. You won't have to worry that you're going to get dizzy and then how am I going to get up and wash myself? There'll be people there.
There's a support group.
Totally 100%
Full support group.
Full support group. So there's not just one way of getting these parasites.
No.
It's a whole lifestyle. When you come to the academy, you are going to learn the ancient lifestyle of syncretism, self-healing, self-determination, etc.
Yeah, we have so much. I mean, like I said, when we talk about the D'Arsonval coil or the Tesla coils, guys, we just can't go into super detail about it, but the technology is so superior. It really, I don't even want to use these words, but I'm not going to. But it's something very, very special. But just like anything else, you have to be persistent. And you can't expect to come and go earthing for a couple of days and get some sunlight and go swimming and take a couple of these pharmaceuticals and sit on the D'Arsonval coil for a week or two and all your problems go away. That's not how it works. The body has been getting beat up by you for years, decades, right? And you can't expect to come here for a week or two and get healed. That's not how it works. So that's why our retreats are extended. 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And the cost of the retreats are not going to be more than what you would pay to go on a vacation. It's just not. And plus, you guys have to understand that if you're really sick, you're going to do whatever it takes to heal yourself. I know I do. I know Santos. I know everybody in here does. We commit to getting proper healing. And can you imagine not only healing yourself, but then acquiring the proper knowledge to continue your life with proper ascension? Santos has so much information. Santos has knowledge like no other person. Sometimes I think that it's been downloaded in his head, or in this case, uploaded. Sometimes I think that he never actually read anything. Sometimes I think it just, boom, I'm telling you, I really do think that is just divine, right? It's a divine, pulsating, magical spark that you have within yourself. I don't know how he has so much, and imagine I'm lucky enough to be around him every day. Yes.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, download. I would say it's information that we bring in. We all have it. Everyone does. I'm convinced of this. It's just about how you remember it and how you pay attention. I just have to pay attention. That's all it is. It's no great gift of intelligence. It's everyone has this knowledge, and everyone can remember it. It's about remembering it. Like when you lose, for instance, a file on your computer, right? You can spend hours looking for it. Where did I put it? Where was that thing? And then all of a sudden one day, pop, there it is. Oh, of course, that's where I put it. Right? So everything you learn, you never forget. It's just that you have to know how to archive information. I learnt this when I started learning languages as a youth. You know, I learnt how to put a new word in the right file so that when I wanted to remember it, I would know how to access that word. And there were certain ways that I learned how to do this, but one is association. So if you can associate something new that you learn to something you already know, they connect up, and your memory triggers your memory a lot easier. So all I can say is, just to add to what Daniel's saying, not only are we going to be healing you and taking care of the parasites and all of that, but you're going to be getting on this vacation that you're taking, you're going to be getting the best knowledge. It's not just coming from me either. We've got Logan over there who, I've never known anyone who knows numbers better than Logan. His channel, Decode Your Reality, is just
shout out to Decode Your Reality.
Incredible. And we're going to have people like, of the caliber of Frank Chester. You know, if you know about the Chesterhedron and Frank Chester, people like Ken Wheeler, these kind of people, they may not want to they might not come here at all, but they will definitely be invited. And that's the caliber of people that we will have here.
I think they'll come.
Yeah. So just being here is going to be so advantageous. Just the morning activities sets your day up.
Speaking of morning, somebody asks, why should you be in the morning sun rather than in the day? And this is, it goes back to an answer that we set, that was on our Instagram actually. It's like, don't get sunlight, daily, don't get sunlight during the day. And the reason we state that is because after 11 p.m., the sun gets very powerful, but that doesn't mean you can't be out. You could absolutely be out and getting the sunlight. It's just don't be out in direct sunlight from around 11 to 3 p.m. Around 3:30, 4ish, the sun's rays minimize in intensity, and you won't get burned. That's all it's about. And plus, we live in Puerto Morelos, Mexico, as you all know, and the sun is pretty powerful over here. So, and anyway, there's reasons why you get morning sun. Morning sun is the most healing sun, right? Give us some info on that.
I would just go straight to the best guy on the subject, Dr. Jack Cruz. That guy is a neuro surgeon. I think he's an eye doctor, but he does. He's a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
So, and he's the one who tells people to get out naked in the morning, preferably. If you miss the morning, go out in the afternoon, but not in the midday.
Yes.
You want that ultraviolet and infrared, beautiful, soft rays of the morning. Those are the ones that are the most healing.
And it's enough. People think it's not enough. It's more than enough. We are very tanned, and we only go in the morning.
I'm the blackest I've ever been. In Australia, I used to get black in the summer, and then cold winters, I'd get white, and then I'd just go black and white, year in year. Now, it's been 18 months of just being black. So I'm a black man now.
For sure.
And I love it. It's beautiful because I'm storing a lot of vitamin D in my skin. That colour is storage. You know, like when a bear hibernates, right?
Yeah.
They put a lot of food in their bellies, and it keeps them alive for 6 months. So this is a good way to store vitamins.
Of course. And what people need to understand, vitamin D it regulates your minerals that travel throughout the body. So it's not really a vitamin. It's actually an essential hormone, as I was saying before. And controls 8% of your genome. So you have to get your hormone D. It's absolutely necessary. You could be taking in all the supplements you want, all the phosphorus, all the magnesium. If you're not getting the sun rays, if you're not getting sunlight, it doesn't regulate them and put them in its proper place. It doesn't transport them where they need to get transported to. So it's pointless. You need to have vitamin D. You need to be grounded. You need to be swimming. Like we say, it's a daily baptism, right?
Yep.
When we get into that water, you're completely cleansed. Because what happens is when you go into that water, into that seawater, your electromagnetic pulse around the body radiates at thousands of times its normal rate. You create this beautiful force field. It's actually a torus field. That's what it is. This torus field grows so immensely. It's so powerful. That's why they say if you're grounded, EMFs can't penetrate. And this is 100% true. If you are grounded, the electromagnetic frequencies, right, that have radiation traveling within them that cause electrosensitivity, that get you, people don't even know that EMFs are the silent killer. They cause such severe problems. They cause cancer, they deprive you of your energy, loss of clarity of the mind, just so many things. And, you know, you can't feel it and you can't see it, so people think that, you know, it doesn't really do anything to you, but it does. So EMFs are very dangerous, and when you're grounded, they don't affect you. So being grounded and getting proper sunlight and swimming and making sure you stimulate your cardiovascular system, these are all super important things that we do daily in the academy. Daily, like our ancestors did. So get ready for that, guys. You're gonna love it. You're gonna it's transformative.
Absolutely.
It really is. What are we on time? How are we doing?
We've got another 10 minutes.
7 minutes? Okay.
7.
All right, cool. I want to get it to the point where when I ask, how are we doing on time? We're at 59:59. Mm-hmm. That's how good I want to get. 1 second left. All right, signing out, guys. All right, I think we got time for another question, right? All right, let's do this. This is a good one, actually. Who redacted the Bible for the first time, and when was it redacted?
So, I understand this from reading many great writers like Alvin Boyd Kuhn and Manly P. Hall. I remember Manly P. Hall saying once that when we think of Scripture, we think of someone sitting down in a cave writing, being inspired by God, and we concoct all these ideas. Scripture comes from script. And when Brahma or Jehovah breathes out a creation, he already knows what he's breathing out and what he's going to breathe back in. He already knows that. It's already a conscious waveform which has all the information in it. So it's already scripted. And Scripture comes from that script. It comes from that original breath. No one writes it. You know, Ezekiel is not Ezekiel. Isaiah is not Isaiah. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, bless this couch that I lie on, are not literal people, okay? Scripture it just exists. And who first redacted them? Well, everybody's had a go at redacting the Scriptures, but the warning is in there in Revelation that should anyone remove one letter or add one letter to these writings, they will be damned forever.
Really?
Oh yeah, in Revelation it says clearly, anyone who alters these texts
are damned.
They are damned.
Oh wow.
That's why they're very, very careful, these people. Yeah, you know, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they've got the new, what's it called? The New World Translation.
New World Translation.
New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. And they say they go back to, you know, I think it's the Alexandrian Codex and the, which other codex? There are 4 codices, and then there's, you know, Strong's Concordance and all of these other great names that they say that their committee translated their version. But what they're doing is they are changing redacting the texts to suit their agenda and their Zionism, I guess. Jehovah's Witnesses are the most Zionistic Christian church that exists. I remember being told that when I was a Jehovah's Witness, and I didn't want to believe it. But now looking back, I can see it's very, very supportive of Zion.
Oh, big time.
So it's all about Bolshevism, communism, socialism. That's all those churches are doing. So the Romans redacted it in the time of Julius Caesar. Just see the work of Francesco. I forget his name, but he wrote a book about Jesus being Julius Caesar. And then there's Joseph Atwell, where he shows how the Vespasians redacted the scriptures 70 years later when the Flavian dynasty destroyed the Julio-Claudian dynasty. They then redacted it. Then it happened again with Justinian when 400 years later, Constantine did it. The Medicis did it. They are all the same bloodlines.
They're all damned.
They've all played with the scriptures. They've all been mutilated. But that doesn't mean you should shun the scriptures. No, that's where the truth is. They are in the scriptures. Even though they've been mutilated, you can still discern.
Find the truth within them.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Very exciting stuff, man. Definitely. Do we got time for one more?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Let's see if I could find a really good one. What do you think of Dan Winter's proof of gravity?
In his...
fractility.
Yeah. Field fractility, whatever he calls it, and I interviewed Dan Winter back in American Freedom in 2013 on American Freedom Radio when I was hosting a show on there for a couple of years, and he was really good.
Yeah,
I really like Dan's work, and he's spot on. He's basically teaching the same thing I am, but on a more sort of from a different perspective, but it's exactly the same stuff. I believe Dan Winter still believes that we're spinning on a Jesuit satanic globe. So in that respect, I lose a lot of respect for Dan. I'm sorry, Dan, but you're going to be left behind.
he still has time.
He still has time to get on the stationary Earth, the horizontal plane, and there's a lot of teachers and gurus out there. If you're not teaching stationary flat Earth, you are a liar and you are a deceiver. I'm not calling you straight out that, but you'll be ashamed one day. You'll be ashamed that you held your reputation more important than the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's out now, even though Google has wiped out at least 99% of all the good flat Earth videos, proving
they did it so fast,
conclusively that the Earth is stationary by scientific experiment and in every other which way. And I've got tens of videos proving it. If you're not teaching it, all you're doing is you're supporting COVID, the global community, the global agenda, global warming. Someone asked, how do we stop globalism? Well, first of all, you have to destroy their false
supporting
idol,
the globe.
which is the globe.
Yeah.
It's a false
It's the
idol.
biggest one. It's the biggest one.
You must not bow down to false images. The globe is obviously a false image.
Yeah.
How do we know that? Here's one way we know that. They're all CGI images. All those Google images of the globe, you will never see a photo of
Well, they
the
admit
globe.
it. NASA admits that they're all CGI.
It has to be.
NASA admits that all their planetary pictures of Mars and everything else, Venus, Mercury, they admit that it's all CGI and it's all done in Photoshop. They said it themselves. So, I mean, NASA, forget about it.
And here's another one. You know,
Biggest
you get all
liars.
these smart aleck globe people who say, well, why don't you just go to Antarctica and take a photo? First of all, you can't go to Antarctica and take a photo because no individual is allowed to go there because of the
You'll get shot, the treaty.
Yeah.
You'll get shot down.
You get shot down.
Yeah.
But here's one. Why don't we just turn it on you, and why don't we just ask you...
Exactly. Go take a picture of the globe.
Why don't you... No, even easier. Why don't you just go to the North Pole and put a man... Go right to the North Pole. Okay, so they've sent expeditions there in the 1800s, haven't they? Oh, yes, I remember... all these, when I was at school, that they sent an expedition and they found the North Pole and they planted a flag there. Why don't we just go back there tomorrow with a helicopter, just land the helicopter right on the North Pole and get 4 cameras around and film the rotation of the globe at the North Pole. Why don't we just do that? I mean, Elon Musk has flown a car out in space.
Yep.
Why don't we get that car? Someone write to Elon Musk, grab that car, fly it over to the North Pole, or to the South Pole for that matter. It should be so easy to do. Easier than asking us flat earthers to go and take a photo of the millions of photos that already exist of the
wall.
1 mile high wall of Antarctica. Why don't you just go to the North Pole?
Nobody's going to do it.
Think about that.
'Cause
No,
you can't.
really think about that. Why don't we just go to the North Pole? You can do that in 5 minutes. We can get a Mark 8 helicopter or jet. We can get there tomorrow. We can do this experiment tomorrow. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Because they know you can't go to the North Pole because, as it says in Bhagavad Gita, there's a mountain there called Mount Meru,
yeah.
and it's a magnetic mountain. And for all those people who are laughing,
Well, why would they laugh? You could see it.
go ahead
You
and
could
do
see
it.
the Aurora Borealis. What do you think that is? The
That's-
Aurora Borealis is that magnetic pulse coming from Mount Meru. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, people are lost, but hopefully it'll catch up. Hopefully they'll catch up.
But that's a question that they need to think about. And once you think about that, you're done. You're toast.
Yeah.
Because you can't even get a helicopter to the North Pole and just film someone rotating over a period of 12 hours. And there will be, for 24 hours, and there will be direct sunlight on the North Pole.
Yep.
So we won't need any lighting. We just go there to the North Pole, put someone there, stand him on the North Pole and watch him go around. And you know what? No one will ever take up that challenge because you can't do it.
They would
because
have
doesn't
done it
exist.
already. They would have done it already a million times. You can't do it. Can't be done.
There's your false globe, guys.
There you go.
And I've got a million more proofs for tomorrow's podcast. Remember round 2? It's coming up, but there's a big surprise to round 2, folks. Please turn up, everyone, for tomorrow's podcast on Flat Earth versus the Santa Ball. The Santa Ball is going to be demolished tomorrow forever.
Speaking
and
of
ever.
speaking of things that people really want to talk about, I think people are so interested in Tartaria. It would be great to put up a little slideshow, and show them some of those beautiful ancient structures. When we, not now, obviously, but for the next one.
Best video to watch, guys, is Ether by Marcia Ramaglio.
Yes.
Ether, Aether, by Marcia Ramaglio. That's R-A-M.
We'll link it in the description.
A-L-H-O. You must watch this documentary on Tartaria, and you will understand everything that we are saying. You will understand it, and you will understand why this academy is based on this model and will bring back the Tartarian days.
From your mouth to God's ears, my friend. All right, beautiful people. Thank you very much for joining us. Signing out.
Bye for now.
All right.
See you tomorrow.